Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Today we got another top 5 list for you guys. Before we get into it, I want to give a shout out to MarkBoy316 for the video tag. Guess we're gonna call it that, tag video. This is gonna be my wrestling bucket list. Now, I did decide to go a more kind of physical, kind of location wise with this list. I'm all for meeting wrestlers and stuff like that, but I'm more of a kind of, I really want to go places and see certain arenas or things like that. So comment down below some of your bucket list items when it comes to wrestling, whether it's going to a pay-per-view, meeting a wrestler, meeting one of your favorite wrestlers, things like that. Comment down below. If you got 5, if you got more than 5, comment down below, guys. These are some of the videos I like doing because it gets everyone involved. Everyone's got a different answer. These videos are really fun to do. So, as always, guys, take some time and subscribe. Go check out MarkBoy316. Let's get right into this with number 5 on the wrestling bucket list. Number 5. Gonna go back to Philadelphia, PA, and this is one of the buildings I would like to see a wrestling show in. I'm talking about the ECW Arena, 2300 Arena, I believe it's called now. So much history has gone on in that arena. That's one I definitely like to do and check off the list by the time it's all said and done. Going to a show at one of those at that arena, I think would be a hell of a time. Number 4. Number 4 is going to be kind of similar, but again, it could pretty much happen anywhere. And number 4 is going to be, pretty basic and probably more easier to check off the list. Number 4, I would love to go to a Wrestlemania one day. I've seen every Wrestlemania to date, and being at a Wrestlemania is just a hell of a time. In the mass of fans there, 70,000, 80,000 strong. Whether it's 6 or 8 hours is a different story, but being live at a WrestleMania is one thing that I would absolutely love to do. Number 3. Number 3 is going to be similar to number 5, and my number 3 pick here is going to be going to Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena. I just think that would be so epic to be in the Garden for a WWE pay-per-view or, live event, whatever. Again, so much history in that building. I think that would be so cool to be, in a building that shares so much history with, basketball, baseball, not baseball, but basketball, hockey, boxing, and wrestling. Madison Square Garden is the place you want to be. Number 2. Number 2 is going to be where I kind of want to go meet someone. And, he's getting up there in age. He might be, gone before we know it. And number 2, something I think a lot of us wouldn't mind doing is to meet Vince McMahon. Go up to Vince, shake his hand, possibly give him a hug, and say, thank you, Vince. Thank you for, all these years putting putting a, smile on all our faces, or making us pissed off all these years. If you watch Monday Night Raw, you might not be too happy. So, I just think it would be, again, so awesome to meet Vince McMahon, and, that's probably next to impossible. He never does any meet and greets. He's never had access, I don't think. But, meeting Vince McMahon would definitely be a treat. And before we get into number one, I do have a few honorable mentions here. Along going to WrestleMania, I would like to see a Hell in a Cell match live. It's one of my favorite matches ever. I think seeing it live would be, a different perspective, and I think it'd be really cool. And similar to Hell in a Cell, I'd like to see the Royal Rumble live. The Royal Rumble, again, one of my favorites of all time. Seeing the Royal Rumble live would just be so epic, counting down live with the, again, the arena full of fans. And another one here, seeing a cash-in, a Money in the Bank cash-in live. I think that would be really cool. You would never forget that cash-in there. And my number one pick might surprise a lot of people, but I'm going to say that I would like to go to the WWE Performance Center and, kind of do all the things that the superstars do. Sit in on a promo class, go behind the promo classes and things like that. Take a few bumps in the ring. I think that would be a really cool day to kind of go through the ringer of what a superstar goes through in their training. Not doing, running the ropes for hours on end or things like that, but just take a few bumps and, get the feel of a ring. I always wanted to be a wrestler, and, just to even take one bump in a ring would be pretty epic. Let me know your thoughts on this list, guys. Take some time and subscribe. As always, we'll talk to you later. Peace.